Extra step for him
2
is
minutes
like...
later. Oh, Castle's coming. You already know. The fans going nuts. The players feeling good. And why wouldn't they? The Spurs win this one 126-97. The final score. We did not think it would be quite that lopsided by the end of this one. Spurs regain command of the series and are now 1 win away from moving to the Western Conference Finals. San Antonio never trailed by more than 2 points in the game, and Wemby recorded his 6th double-double of the postseason. Here's Wemby after the win.
Victor, a return to the floor tonight for you. What do you think of the way that you responded?
Yeah, well, we were supposed to do at home, you know. We have to set the tone. We know it's going to be a physical game. We'll stay on time.
And this is your first time speaking publicly since you were ejected in Game 4. What are your thoughts on how all of that played out?
How what?
How all of that played out. What are your thoughts on it?
I mean, we won, so that's the point. But as I said, the job's not finished. We have one more game to get to the conference finals.
And you talk about there being one more game for you all to get to the Western Conference Finals. How did you all hold on to that lead in the second half?
I think you guys set the bar at a new level.
We had ups and downs in the second half. Now we finished solid, so it's all good.
What will it take to get to where you want to go?
Huh?
What will it take to get to where you want to go?
Keep doing what we're doing. Watch film. Take care of our body.
Appreciate the time.
Coach stays fighting for his life at these press conferences. Voice is gone, but he does a great job there.
Lozenge.
A few. I feel you, Coach. I've been there. Something jumped out at you during Coach Mitch's press conference there. The nights where you don't know if you're going to play, if you're going to have a good game. He was talking about Fox and Harper and how the dynamics all go there. What jumped out at you? Because you had a reaction to.
Yeah, I was kind of talking to IT about it. Those games where you don't know if you're going to be able to play or not knowing if you're going to be able to suit up for the team. Sometimes those are your best games, you know. I mean, everything else is out of your mind. You're just focusing on playing through injuries. And a lot of times, at least for me, and IT said, you know, attest to it, like, for me, sometimes I have my best games just focusing on ball and not anything else because I'm playing through injuries. Now, that game after that usually isn't that good because, you know, you probably made it worse. But hopefully in this situation it isn't. You know, these, you know, hopefully it's a knick-knack injury or whatever like that. They get a little bit of time to rest. But, yeah, like you're playing through injuries, man, sometimes brings the best out of you.
Is that like a flow state situation?
It got to be. I feel like you got to be a little more locked in. Like Rudy said, your mind is free because you don't know what's going to happen. But then going into the game, you just like, you blank out and just go out there and play. But like he said, but like he said, the second game is like, oh yeah, he's still injured. You might as well come over to the bench.
MJ, like, you know, if you play have a bad game, it's like, oh, my leg was hurt.
Yeah, he was hurt.
Right.
But if you have a good game,
like,
and my leg was hurt, you know what I mean?
Worth it. That's all we know. All right, Minnesota got off to a hot second half start, coming back from 12 down to tie the game in the third quarter, only for Stephon Castle and Keldon Johnson, your boys, to combine for 16 to take the lead back and push San Antonio to an 18-point lead heading into the fourth. Craziness. How impressed are you guys with the depth that the Spurs have really shown, Rudy?
Man, it's something that I've kind of talked about all year. It's like they have so many, and the way they play, you know, they move the ball so fast. It's equal opportunity scoring. Everybody has a chance at the basket, and it's hard to guard, man. Especially, and you know, when you have the kind of talent that they have, it makes it even more dangerous. Now, on the other end, you know, defensively, having Wemby back, it allows them to be able to play those passing lanes because you have that Defensive Player of the Year, you know, to cover up all your mistakes. So as you saw in that second half, when they were playing the passing lanes, getting steals and adding to their 19 fast break points, that's the reason.
Yeah, they're just so dynamic. They got so many guards they got good size. They got wing players that can do multiple things on both ends of the floor. And then like Rudy said, having Wemby back there, it allows the perimeter to be way more aggressive. It allows them to play the passing lanes and be more physical with their man, because if they do get blown by or don't get the steal, you're second guessing yourself anyway once you see Wemby back there.
You gotta got a building behind.
Yeah, it's something that like they've known they've had all year, and something that they've been playing well with. It's just good to see that, like we said it earlier, them guys, you could tell they love playing for each other. They don't just love being around each other. Like, they really like playing with each other. And an example of that was the last few possessions when the reserves came in the game that didn't play all game. If you see that last possession where they're just moving the ball and they hit a wide open
Doing
three,
the
it's
same
like
exact thing.
that's what the Spurs definition of Spurs basketball is.
Yeah, and Miss Johnson is doing a great job of keeping that thing going.
No question. And he understands the rhythm. He set the tone,
sure,
really, for that team. We do know, however, that Wemby is, of course, the head of the snake, especially in the paint. But how impressive is the Spurs guard play near the basket, IT?
Oh, it's amazing. I mean, we were laughing about it earlier. Like, Castle, he dunks like a big.
Yeah.
He gets in the paint, he's going off 2 feet, dunking with 2 hands. Those guys put so much pressure on the defense because De'Aaron Fox, Castle, Harper, all those guys can get in the paint and not only make plays for themselves, but make plays for their teammates. And that's what makes them so dynamic. So it's a tough cover for the Minnesota Timberwolves for sure.
I feel like they play fearlessly out there.
Yeah, I mean, look, and I think the person that started that was Keldon Johnson. Coming off the bench and going straight to it and being aggressive at all times is his job. And, you know, him and Steph Castle are people that just play downhill all the time.
Yeah.
And, you know, Devin Vassell has a little bit more of a mid-range. And, you know, Swiper Fox, he gets wherever. He can do it all. But, you know, just having that kind of up and down guys that can do a lot of different things out there, it really makes them a tough team to guard.
Yeah, the Spurs outscored the Wolves by 32 in the paint.
Yeah.
Exactly. Meantime, on that other side, Anthony Edwards missed 2 games earlier this postseason due to that hyperextended knee. We all saw it in real time. It was rough to watch. How has he looked to you guys in these 5 games into the series? Because Ant, for the most part, does what he does, but there are times where it just feels inconsistent.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. You're out there, and especially at this point in the season, if you're out there, you're expected to score and play like we know how you play. Now, don't get me wrong, they're playing great defense on them, and they're not making it easy on them. But when you're out there, and you got to produce. And it looks like he's struggling a little bit, and he's tough, and we admire him for going out there and playing. But you know, there's something missing, and I don't know if it's his athleticism. I don't know if it's his shot making or his decision making, but there's something missing. I think for the next game it has to be addressed.
Yeah, I think the Spurs are living with what he's gonna give because they're just gonna throw extra bodies at him every game and allow him to just continue to use so much energy. Because if you watch Minnesota play, especially the last couple of games, yeah, he can get to wherever he wants, but it's not as explosive as we're used to. Yeah. And then it's paying a toll on him by the fourth quarter because he's using so much energy to either get a basket for himself or create for others. And that's the only downside to this. I think Minnesota's missing a guy that can make things easier for him in terms of on the offensive end. Because like these shots, he makes them, but like, it's a tough shot, and the Spurs are living with this each and every time down court. You're going to have a game like he did in game 4 to be able to beat a team like this who is really good defensively.
Yeah, they're expecting a lot from Ant,
whether
he's injured or not.
Doesn't matter.
Now, well, if he is injured, like,
It's tough.
Yeah, it's tough, but, you know, Spurs are playing great defense.
Yeah. All right, let's get back to the podium. Chris Finch has taken the mic.